All right, so hey everybody, as everybody's showing up, here's a little question just to get us rolling today. If you could learn anything right now, drop everything, all of your physical needs and emotional needs are met, and you have a free day to learn about anything, what would you spend the day learning about? You can answer this question by jumping over to menti.com. Here's the code at the top of my screen. I'll drop a direct link in the chat, and we'll give people just a few extra minutes to show up before we get started. But if you want to get us going with some ideas here, feel free to drop them in. Hey, Sebastian, Adrian. Hey, everybody. Hi, hi. Got a few ideas coming in. There's a link in the chat, or you can follow the instructions at the top of the screen. The question is, if you could learn anything, if you could dedicate a day to learning about something, what would you learn about? Hey, Ian, welcome. We're just doing a little warm up here. And there's a link. I'll drop it in the chat again. This is just how we're all saying hello to each other today. If you could learn anything, what would you learn about? And you can use the link in the chat or the instructions here at the top of the screen to add your answer. You can see it's anonymous. And we'll get started in just a minute. Oh no, the meeting link in GitHub is different from the one on Discord. Okay, yeah, we have to fix that. Sorry about that. The one in GitHub, I'm just going to jump in there and check if anybody else is there. I see what you're saying. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. We will fix that.
I'll get that done in a second. That was probably my bad. In Andamio docs, right? I'll update
that. It's in the Andamio Pioneers repo. And it looks like it's pointing to our TTT meeting link, maybe?
Okay, I'll update it with a new one.
This one.
2 minutes. Oh, okay.
All right, all right. Well, we can open up this session. Looks like we've got some familiar and some new faces here. Thanks everybody for being here. This is the second session of Andamio Pioneers Cohort 1. Today is the 3rd of March, 2026. And we are going to do a check-in round like we do at some other sorts of community meetings. But before we do that, there's just a question on the screen. It's not necessarily about technology or anything like that. Just a chance to think, hey, if you had a free day to learn about anything, what would you learn about? Now, with this still going on the screen, we're going to do what's called a check-in round. And this gives everybody here a chance to just share how you're showing up today. You can tell us about how your day has been so far, or something that's been exciting to you in the last few days. Or if you're not sure what to say, you can just respond to what you already see on my screen right now. Maybe you see some affinity, or you have questions about what somebody else here has posted. So Newman, I know you did a half check-in already, but I'll pass it to you first. And then when you're done with your check-in, please pass it off to somebody else to go next.
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, Tuesdays are a little busy, but it's so cool to see all of our folks here. Yeah, I've been feeling like the springtime. It's March. You know, we've had March 1st, which is, I guess, is one set of springtimes. There was a lunar eclipse last night, FYI, and yeah, I'm feeling strong, And I would love to pass it to Ian, who I don't know if we've met before. Hey, Ian, I'm Newman.
Hey Newman, we haven't met before.
Yeah.
I'm a founder. I've built an audio streaming service that uses NFTs to record royalties and make fans own the music forever. And I've been using Andamio to study about building on Cardano in 2026.
Awesome.
So I've showed up today by showing up to this meeting first of all, and I've been studying or looking into how I can get my first 10 and my first 100 users.
Beautiful.
I love that first step, showing up, and welcome. It's nice to meet you. Ian, what we do in a check-in round is you pick another name from the list of who you want to go next.
I pick Lewis.
Thank you, Ian. Nice to see you here. You know, I'm checking in. I'm really excited. One, because I like how my schedule is starting to pack. You know, there's something going on, or I'm doing something constructive. And then music, man. I'd like to do music, bro. I feel like since the time I was doing film back in the day, and John Legend pulled up to the summit, and I missed seeing John Legend. I feel like I'd you know, that's why I do. It's just like serious, like I really get pissed when I remember I missed out on John Legend. Anyway, yeah, I'm really excited for today's session. What's going on? Yeah. And I pass it to Nori.
Thanks, Lewis. Love showing up here. Love the community energy around the Andamio stuff. I'm personally really interested. I put the dive deep into the pi.dev framework. I want to get better at looking at and thinking about agentic harnesses and stuff, because Andamio is all in on AI, and we're really trying to level up our game there. And I've also been documenting and writing about that journey a little bit in my blog. So it's kind of an exciting space to dive into and see how Andamio can support that as well. And we've had a lot of talks around what's going to be needed in the future with agents, and some kind of on-chain verification or something around that is going to be really important to be able to trust agents are there to do what they say they're going to do. So yeah, there may be some interesting directions to take some of the stuff we're building, and I'm excited to see what the Pioneers comes up with. I'll pass it over to Harsha.
I'm doing pretty good. And Nori, I think in the Pioneers session last time, I think Nori shared like that every subscription or something like that. And since then, since I read like what they've been doing and all of that, specifically with the agentic architecture, I can't stop from trying out a bunch of stuff. So it's been like super fun. And I forced Newman to try it out as well. So that's been pretty
Yeah.
good. But outside of that, like I've also tried to study a little bit about Midnight, and I've been having a torrid time just like navigating through just their Midnight's UI and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to get that done, and today's mess session was pretty good. So yeah, overall, I think I'm doing good. And I will pass it to Ahmad.
Hi guys. Good afternoon. Okay, it's afternoon here, but I don't know what time it is at your end. Yeah, my week has been okay. I've been quite, busy with trying to learn some stuff. I've been also active on Midnight, just like Asha as well. Yeah, and also I've been trying to like mint my access token on the Andamio platform, but I do get this error. Hoping to like share the challenges I'm facing here today. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I pass it to you.
I missed that. Pass it to who?
Ayomi.
Nice. Thanks, Ahmed. Naomi says, my background is quite noisy, doing very good, thank you. Looking forward to learning, collaborating, and connecting, and passing it to Sebastian. Thanks, Naomi.
Hey everybody. Yes, I'm here. Doing good. Doing good. Waiting for what can we see today in the session. Thanks a lot. I pass it to James.
Thanks, partner. Roberto, how are you showing up?
Hey everybody, excited to be here. I put out of the window stuff. I'm kind of interested in doing a little bit of hardware tinkering. My wife has been trying to do some gardening, but watering is a challenge. It's the dumbest challenge. But yeah, I'm really interested in trying to, as a hobby. I need a hobby, I think, other than maybe playing video games. So that's something that I've always kind of wanted to play with. And now that with AI, maybe I can get over the programming of these little things. And there's so many resources there. So yeah, that's what I would like to learn to do.
Okay. And I think we're just missing Adrian. How you showing up, partner?
I'm doing good.
Hey. All right. Well, thanks to everybody for the check-in. We're just going to keep asking a little question like this to get us going each week. It's fun to see this stuff. I would also like to spend more time playing music and a little bit more time learning about Midnight. So those sound like fun things to do in the future. And I heard a fun story about John Legend the other day. He was actually on Lauryn Hill's album in the late 90s as a college student when he was still an undergraduate. His name wasn't John Legend yet. And he returned to college for his senior year, having a guest credit on an album that just everybody was listening to at that time, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So I thought that was a fun story. How would that feel, showing up for university? Everybody's playing those songs. You're like, yeah, I'm on that. All right, so thanks for warming up. Let's take a look at the agenda first and foremost. The agenda, like we saw last week, is in a GitHub repository, and anybody can clone it. This is public. You can grab this if you want to track it locally, and I'm going to show it on my screen via GitHub for today. but we might dig into these files at some point together as we start building up a body of knowledge together. You can see that last week's agenda is here. Thanks, Roberto, for updating the meeting link. This now matches the one we're in, so we should be good moving forward. And today's agenda is right here. It's the 3rd of March, 2026. This is our second meeting. And we just did the check-in round, so we're already started. Second item on our agenda is just to look at some feedback from the previous session. Feedback is one of the most important parts of this course because it gives us a way to really open up a conversation between everybody here. The first credential you will earn in this course is for just giving your first feedback. So congrats to Aomi and to Newman for already earning that first credential. How did they earn it? Well, they came to this repo, they clicked on issues here at the top of the screen, and they created new issues. And anybody who has access to this repo, you can look at what questions or feedback other people have given. I just want to call out a couple things I read, and that's what you see right here. So let's go through these. Aomi brought the question, can I understand the main aim of the Pioneer program? In my head, I think it's aimed at getting people who would keep checking on Andamio and report bugs and what to do better, but I need more explanation. Don't know if I'm doing this right or wrong. So thanks so much for this feedback. And yeah, we should be clearer about the goals of this program. Feedback is a part of it. Reporting bugs is one kind of feedback. But I don't think it would be a fulfilling experience if all we had everybody here doing is searching for bugs. So if you find a bug, of course, put an issue in about that, and we'll be very grateful for that. But as we go along, we're going to start thinking bigger. What do you want to accomplish at a high level, even separate from technology? What brings you here? What brought you to blockchain or Cardano or to tech in the first place? What problems are you trying to solve? We're going to try to make space to ask questions like this here. And as we do, we're going to keep exploring a bit more about Andamio and how it works. But let's just jump ahead to a tiny preview. We're going to look at course module 102 today. And we're going to go through some of the basics. Some of you might be familiar with these already if you've been using Andamio V1. How to mint a token, how to build a course, how to start a project. One of the things that's new is you can get an API key to build your own applications on top of the Andamio APIs. We'd like you to learn the basic technology about how to do this, but more importantly, coming back to the goals of this program, my goal is to help anybody here become a developer who can build things with the Andamio APIs. That means understanding what they do, how to access those APIs, and how to build an app around them. But it also has a social aspect, right? Meeting each other, finding if there's somebody you want to collaborate with to do a little experiment. So that's really what we're hoping to do in this space. Yes, reporting bugs, making sure everything works, but also looking ahead to a future where we can implement our visions together. Any questions on that about where we're going? All right, keep those clarifying questions coming. Obviously, every session that we're here, we're going to look at a few different topics. And if something ends up confusing, we hope that you'll use this issue process to log those as issues. Newman shared, I hope that we do a good hello world with Andamio and keep it updated. Yes, exactly. We need that onboarding, right? So let's figure out together what that hello world might be. There's a lot of different starting points. Each learner has a different set of skills and motivations, and a good hello world activates and captures all of this. So yes, thanks. And let's hold ourselves to this, making sure that we have that hello world before the end of this course. And we'll see how much progress we can make. And then a bigger picture, wish I could make some kind of game style talent tree with skills and abilities. maybe like an RPG like World of Warcraft, where they do something like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
A talent calculator?
Yeah, it's a reputation system. Actually, if you pull it, there's an Andamio blog about why the raid group or let me put it up. I'll post it up in the thing here. I just had it up.
Well, I know you built this diagram that is kind of
yeah. I asked the AI to build it. Yeah.
Cool. Really cool.
But I something in that way of, and this Andamio blog is about that identity isn't the problem. It's about reputation and skill. I guess reputation is verified skill in a real world environment. But this is the blog post that goes along with that talent tree, because that talent tree tells me more than your well, it does tell me at a granular level what an identity is. And when I'm choosing, I guess I need those things. But then actually the talent tree also goes with achievements. So if you look at the achievements on the left side of that graphic right there, you'll see that that graphic, that shows that like what people have done, and like their progression, like you could look at those little progression scales. Like that might be like how far along you are in the Aiken PBL course, or I'm very happy, and perhaps it's Nori, because I know that he was a World of Warcraft person, and I learned so much from that silly game.
Oh yeah, even the loot rolls for need versus greed kind of rolling.
Need versus, yes, absolutely.
Different ways of distributing resources. There's a lot of interesting things we could play with from queuing, for sure.
That's beautiful. And this
I was very happy to discover that, because that talent calculator is the thing that brought me here. Like that, I've been focused in on identity, and it's interesting, and this little piece right here, because there's another World of Warcraft thing called LFG, looking for group. And you basically, when you're, trying to find somebody to go on a quest with, and you need a rogue that's a subtlety, heavy, or a priest that's combat, or, like these variations of who people are, it really does, it does affect how you can play the game and how you find people, I guess. And that whole idea of a profile, but not just your identity, but also your verified skills or reputation that you carry with you. It's not somebody else's property, or there's a lower dependency, like the dependency I want is a markdown file. If text goes away, then I'm okay with losing my reputation. If LinkedIn goes away, then I'm going to be bummed. Anyway, yeah, I definitely I'm very happy to share this, and if you're hopefully some folks understand that, but if you want to know more about a talent tree and what they are, let's chat.
That's really cool. And this goes back to pointing to what's coming up in this Pioneers program. Now that we have taken, and I'll jump ahead to this learning target for just a minute. The biggest change from Andamio to V1 to Andamio V2 is now we're focused on providing the API first and foremost, so that people with creativity and design skills and a vision for how we interact with this on-chain information can build beautiful things like this, or something that none of us have imagined. So thanks. That's really inspiring. And as a call to action, anybody else, if you if you ever see user interfaces or video games that inspire you to think about how people work together, that's always a great thing to bring to these sessions. All right, so thanks for the feedback. Keep it coming, and we'll review again how to submit that assignment. Before we do, let's just review this process one more time. So last week, we had a chance just to share why we're here, each of us why we're participating. We took a look at the Andamio audit report, which is still available in this repo. You can find it linked from the landing page right here. And then we did a quick overview of how to give feedback. I'll show you one more time. You come to this link that's already in the chat or on GitHub, Andamio Pioneers Cohort 001. You click the Issues link and you press the New Issue button, which allows you to write a new issue with the title and the text of your choice. So let's check for understanding here. That's one of our learning targets in this course, and it's something you can give feedback on. So jump to this link if you have a moment. You can go to menti.com or click on the link I just dropped in the chat and just answer this question on a 0 to 5 point scale. Can you give feedback on this program? Tell us if you're completely lost, if you're starting to get it, if you understand it, or if you're confident enough to teach it to someone else. We got 4 responses so far. The link is there in the chat. It takes just a moment to jump right in. And this is going to give all of us a shared picture of how we're doing, achieving each of these learning targets. Okay. Thanks. We'll come back to this and we're going to review how we're doing on each learning target in the weeks to come. Looks like most people are getting it, and we're going to keep offering support and documentation so you can make sure you know how to give feedback here. Let's jump back to the agenda. So that was last week. And there's a recording on YouTube of last week's session, if anybody wants to follow. That's really nice music. Enjoy that and continue along. But for today, our goal is to start figuring out what we can do with Andamio. Last week, we just introduced a little bit about what it is by talking about why we each want to use it, maybe, learning about it as described in an audit report, and learning this way of working together, of giving and responding to feedback. But what have we really built here? Now, we're going to ask this question in a few ways as we work through some demos today, looking at the details of what has changed from Andamio V1 to V2. But the most important thing I mentioned already, now Andamio is an API-first platform. It consists of a set of on-chain validators, also known as smart contracts, built on Cardano. And this set of validators gives us a set of functionality that allows anyone to create and issue new credentials to other people. The APIs wrap all of that on-chain logic in patterns that any developer will already be familiar with. You get an API key, you access the API via its root URL, so it's mainnet.api.andamio.io, or as we will see later today, Preprod www.api.andamio.io. You read the documentation to learn what endpoints are available, and then you use those endpoints to build whatever app you can imagine. There's other things that have changed too, and we're going to look more closely at the details. But at a high level, one of the other things we're really excited about is we've made Andamio run more efficiently. The transactions have lower fees. There's a smaller number of total transactions. There were some redundant ones on V1. For example, the need to enroll in a course with one transaction before you could commit to your first assignment. Now those two transactions are combined. This saves funds for all of us, makes Andamio more efficient to use, but it's also just easier. There's fewer transactions to sign, less waiting for the blockchain to confirm. Naomi and I were talking about this earlier this week. We were looking at the first assignment commitment transaction. And if you're already familiar with V1, you'll know that committing to your first assignment now costs a little bit more ADA than committing to an assignment on V1. The reason for that is, like I just mentioned, we combined these two transactions. Now, when you commit to your first assignment, you are making a commitment to that course. And therefore, you're making a deposit as a min UTXO that you'll reclaim when you leave the course. But if you notice that maybe the net funds from your wallet to make your first commitment is approximately 2.5 ADA, that won't be true for the second and third and fourth assignments. Once you're enrolled after doing that first commitment, you'll be able to make additional commitments for nearly a minimal transaction fee. It's right around 0.2 ADA to commit to each additional assignment. So those are the two really big ones, more efficient and API first. Any questions about that? Or does that make sense what I'm sharing about the course enrollment deposit? All right. So now we jump into the rest of this course. Last week, you watched me navigate through the audit report. I'm done talking. And the real goal here is to start really spending time with each other, learning together. On these next few learning targets, what I'd really like to do is ask for somebody here to run a live demo for us. And we could do it one learning target at a time. If there's one volunteer who wants to show us how to mint an access token, maybe somebody who's never done it before. But then if somebody else wants to try to create a course and somebody else wants to try to launch a project, we can pass it around. This is not passive for the rest of us. My goal, as one person is sharing screen and giving the demo, is for the rest of us to ask questions, to talk about what could be better in the user interface, right? Or to give feedback on what you would like to do differently or how you would build it when you're ready to start building your own apps with the API. This gives us a chance to gather around and think about what we're going to do into the future. Now, it wouldn't be responsible to do all of this on mainnet, and that's why we're going to use preprod.app.andamio.io. Of course, to use Preprod, you have to have some test ADA, and you have to have a wallet where the setting is changed to Preprod. So quick check for understanding here. Does anybody need help understanding how to use Preprod in the first place? Any questions about how to flip your wallet from mainnet to Preprod mode? Okay. And you can always give that as, you can log that as an issue or just ask in the Andamio Discord if you need help with that later on. And if you need some test data, you can drop a test, your Preprod Cardano address here in the chat. We'll make sure to get some data your way. But let's jump right into this and give this a try. Anybody interested in being the first volunteer? Being first is always the hardest. But maybe giving us a demo about how to mint a V2 access token at this URL.
I mean, I can go if no one else is going, but I wanted to do the course, actually, the next one.
I would have, but I just converted my V1 to V2, and it worked. So it's working now.
I nominate Harsha.
Okay, fine. I will.
Does anybody here not have an access token yet and want to demonstrate that, or should we hand it right off to Harsha? That's it. We can always demo that one later. Yeah, Ahmed. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, I don't have an access token yet. I was trying to mint one, but I was getting some errors. I don't know if we could go over it together.
I think that's a great thing, right? So this is
Let's do it.
the
Yeah.
target is we want you to be able to do this. And if you're blocked because there's errors, let's take a look together. Are you good to share screen right now? Go for it.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, looks good.
All right, so I'm supposed to like choose an alias, right?
That's right.
So I went for, this Ahmed.
Mhm.
And yeah, so this is the error I've been getting. I don't know why.
Can you drop your wallet address in the chat so we can take a look at that?
All right.
And also, you're on mainnet.
Yeah, I'm a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can I stop sharing?
Yep, got it. And
All right.
yeah, I don't mind sharing screen here just to walk you through this.
Okay.
I think he has not enough ADA in his wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Okay. So this is one of the barriers to entry, without a doubt, about how Cardano applications work. Okay, so if I look at your address in a blockchain explorer, the thing I'm most interested in is your UTXOs, right? So right here you have a UTXO with 5 ADA. That's great. That'll work as collateral. But you're going to need a little bit more ADA, number one, to pay for the access token. And then number two, to be able to run the additional transactions that follow. It's not free, unfortunately, to use a blockchain like Cardano. And our job as developers is to show why that's valuable. So what we found is what you really need is a minimum of about 20 ADA in a wallet to get started. And then you would want to make sure it's broken down. So if you go to either by looking at the UTXOs directly in your wallet, or by looking at the list of UTXOs on a link like this one, you would want to see that you have one UTXO with 5 ADA and another one with 15 or so. And that should be enough to get started. Now,
Right, so-
with that in mind, right, we all know that not everybody can get their hands on 20 ADA, especially somebody who's never touched a blockchain before, who's never had a crypto wallet. So one of the things we will look at later in Andamio Pioneers is how to build an app where you are also setting up a sponsored transaction tank. This allows people with 0 funds in their wallet to onboard to Web3 and to start using this application. We'll take a look at that later on. Any questions about that? Yeah, Ian.
That's awesome, because one of the biggest challenges of building in Web3 is the like having a plug and play utility provider.
So now imagine if we combine that kind of plug and play functionality with the kind of user experiences that Newman was suggesting, right? By having us look at World of Warcraft. Well, this would change people's impression of what it means to be using a Web3 application. And I think that's the opportunity in front of all of us, is to keep exploring that. Now, here's the good news. Test data is free, even if mainnet ADA is not. And that's why, at least to get started, we can keep using the Preprod version of the template here. And maybe do we want to hand it off to Harsha at this point? You can at least show us how to log in and we can start building a course.
Should I share my screen?
Any objections? Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's try it.
Okay.
All right. And just before I hand the mic to Harsha, remember the goal here is for each of us to share what we notice. So if Harsha does something that you have questions about, if you're not sure how something works, or if you think the user experience needs to be improved, those are all great reasons just to throw up a hand and chime in. We're hoping to have a little conversation here. All right, Harsha, take it away.
So are you guys still able to see my screen? I just like minted this test token.
Nice. All right, we have a new.
He already did it. He
Yeah.
already did it.
Oh,
That's how easy it was.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty easy. So now that I have this, I want to create a course. So my first assumption is, is the screen big enough to see all of this stuff? Or should I make it slightly bigger?
Looks good here. Everybody else okay?
Yeah, should we jump ahead, or should we get somebody that has minted or made the token? Because the token is just when you sign in, it just says, hey, what you wanted an alias, and then you just drop it in.
Preprod, I could demo that really quick. I'm right at that.
Yeah. Should I stop sharing? Okay.
Yeah, let Nori show. Yeah, let Nori show. Because it was pretty smooth, meaning
yeah, it was pretty smooth.
It just sort of happens. It happens in the background almost. It does ask you for a preprod, and yeah, we'll see. It asks you for an alias, and Harsha put an underscore in there, but you can't put any other funky characters. So wait a minute, Nori, how did you get to this screen?
I went to preprod.andamio.io.
Okay.
And then
there it is.
Click on enter, and it takes you here. And then it says choose an alias to mint your access token. So I'll just do my Nori and then click mint access token. And then you need to sign. I think that'll work.
And I'm curious. Oh, it may not show that because it's protected, so it might not screen share the sign in. Is that right, or am I making that up?
Like, do you want to see the wallet being signed? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm just saying. you won't see it. I don't think that it screen shares that as an extension. It doesn't come along with the
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. But off screen, I'm signing the transaction. And then it says access token submitted. It's now being minted, waiting for block confirmation. And it goes off.
There you go.
It's that easy. Especially on Preprod, where you can fund your wallet with 10,000 custody.
We're all 10,000 heirs.
Yes.
That means you only have 1,000 in your wallet.
And then the nice animation access token created. So now that I'm there, I can go through and connect my wallet. It's going to ask me to put my password in off screen, so I'm doing that. And then it signs you in. And then a redirection. So there you go.
Nice.
And it gets my alias from my access token here. And throws me. And now we're exactly where Harsha was. So you want to take over again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Okay, let me share. Okay. So what I want to do right now is build a course. So I am thinking my first step is Course Studio. Okay, that seems like the right thing. Create a course. This big orange button is what I want to click. Name your course. Intro.
Hey, what did you want to learn today?
Yeah, this is what I want to learn.
Oh, okay.
So, I need to mint a course NFT. Insufficient funds. Oof, I have 51 ADA, so maybe I'll just send. How much do I need in test data to do a course?
150, I think.
Yeah. So when I shared earlier that you need about 20 ADA to get started, that's really thinking about the student or contributor view.
Got it. So in that case, I will have to send. How much you said? 150, right?
That's right.
Okay, I'll send it to myself. Give me one moment because this is going to take a little bit of time. But up until now, like I knew what I needed to do, so it's pretty good.
I have a question about the API side of things. How do you combine your access token with API calls and create a new project using the API calls with your access token as the creator, etc.?
Excellent. So once you're logged in, like we see, Harsha is here. In addition to building courses and projects directly from this interface, you can use the dev tools links over on the left-hand side. And the first link you'll see under dev tools is API setup, and that's where that flow goes.
And that's where if you really wanted to like work with AI to set up a harness and some SLTs and stuff, you would use the APIs to do that.
That's right.
API and AI. Got an acronym party going on.
And just thinking out loud, would Andamio API MCP be helpful, or a set of skills? What's available currently is our state of the art with that.
So right now we have an unrefined basket of raw skills that over the next few weeks, the goal is to, if not go all the way towards those being an MCP with its own server and setting all of that up, at the very least, we want a well-curated set of skills that somebody can use.
Hey, look, Harsha's just chugging along and already.
Okay, so
hey.
a really important on-chain transaction just happened. Harsha created a course And this now means that his access token is associated with a course that he's the sole owner of. And you just became a credentialing authority by doing this. Now, whatever credentials you create inside of this course, you'll be the one who would attest to other people achieving those credentials.
Yep. So by default, the course creator is also the assignment checker.
That's right. That's by default. Now you'll remain the owner, and this gives you the special privilege of being able to add additional teachers to the course who can share the responsibility of checking assignments. But you're the only person who can add and remove those teachers.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Let me see if I can add any teachers, or should I add? I'll explore. Guided says walk through each step, define credential, quick create, jump directly into editor, learning target lesson, assignment. So this is the recommended step. Can I click on this? I guess I can click on it. I don't know. Oh, I can't click on it. Oh, I can click on it. Okay. Okay, so one course module is equal to one interoperable credential. Okay. So I start giving it a module. I'll call this. It's a description. Backward design learning targets. So okay. Learning targets, assignment, lesson supporting content, and introduction of okay. Click. Maybe I should save this, or should I just click forward? I'll just click forward and see if it saves by itself.
There it is.
What will learners achieve? They will. Okay, I added that. Design the assignment. Okay, assignment title, build. Okay, and a great assignment is specific. Instead of write about smart contracts, try deploy a smart contract that accepts a deposit and refunds it. Okay, got it. Create a course and share the course NFT as the assignment. Oh, is this not less? Oh, there's the okay. So I created the assignment. Now I need to add the lesson. Lesson title: how to create a course. Follow the below. I'm gonna put some link here. And now I'll write the intro. Oh, that's what this backward thing means. Okay, that's making sense now. Okay. So intro is help. Okay. Okay, I've written the intro, review and approve. I'm assuming the course I'm reviewing. Okay, perfect. So I have a module title, I have my learning targets, I have an assignment, I have an introduction. Okay. And optional one of one lesson. Okay, what is this? Did I create this? 1 second, let me check. Did I create anything? No, right? How to create a course.
Yeah, you made that lesson.
Oh, I made the click. No, okay, makes sense. Oh, how do I
Okay.
go back? Wait, did I? How do I go back? I thought I was. Oh, review and approve. Okay. Save and approve module. I'm going to approve this module. Module saved, approved. Oh, I don't have to pay money? Oh. Oh, ready to mint. No, I do have to pay. Okay. Because the ready to mint was tiny. So I
Yeah.
wasn't too sure. Okay, so I have to mint this module. So I'm minting one module. Okay, I'm going to mint that guy. Okay, so that's done. Next, I will add assignment checkers. What is this? If I click on this, disable modules, remove selected modules from blockchain and revert to draft. Okay, okay. So this is just like if I want to update my course, this is what I do, right?
Right. So now that course module is on the blockchain. But if you ever decide you don't want it there anymore, you can disable it, which will make now it won't be available as an earnable credential anymore.
Got it. Okay, so that is a dangerous thing, so I won't touch it. But oh, I can go to Explorer or Andamio Scan and check it, but I don't think you guys will be able to see that. I need to share a different. Yeah, so it is open. Like I'll just share the link in the meeting chat. Here you go. And I will move to the next step, which is something I wanted to do, which is add teachers. How do I add teachers? So no pending reviews, that's fine. I don't have to do anything. Manage course teachers. Okay, enter an alias. Who created an alias? I know Nori created an alias, so I'll just check if I can find Nori. Nope. Is that how it works? Should I just write the names? How do I do it? Like,
see if you just click on put Nori and then click on plus and see what happens.
Okay.
Do Ian's.
What is Ian's token name?
He put it in the chat here. Ian with an O.
I don't know what that means. Ian with
I-A-N-O. Just the four letters. I-A-N-O. Okay. Also not that.
Am I supposed to do something? Like, does it like show like a?
Try it with a U. Try it with a U.
Press enter or click to add. Like, see if I. Oh, it doesn't show. I thought if I press click, it'll show a bunch of names. But each alias is verified on chain, so at least one teacher must remain on the course. Am I missing something? Manage who can teach the course.
Yeah, try it with a U in front of the username. Try U Nori or U.
Oh, like
E-N-O.
that. Use Nori.
I try U E-N-O. Which is actually a pretty good name. You know what I mean?
This might be a bug. I'm watching this right now. This should work, but there might be a back-end thing we have to fix to get this.
Okay. I'm gonna click this anyway because I can. I mean, there's a button there. Ooh. And people can already see this, right? Can someone submit a quick assignment? It doesn't have to be anything real, just like.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So there's two things that would have to happen. Either you could share the direct link to the course, but one thing that's not well documented yet, before the public can see this course, there's one more setting you have to change.
Ooh, okay.
To the settings tab.
Okay.
And then we want to switch the visibility to public. It's currently private.
Oh, so it's like GitHub. Okay. Okay, cool.
By toggling that, now if any of the rest of us or even you go to the browse courses page, now you'll
actually, let me do that. I'm going to go to the browse courses page. Intro to Pioneers. Here. I wonder if I can like submit an assignment to myself and earn credentials for myself. Let's see. How to create a course. Go to assignment, create a blah, blah, blah. Lock my work. Submit assignment. Okay. So I just submitted my assignment. Okay. Oh, this is so much smoother, so at least submitting the assignment.
What's different from V1 to V2?
I don't have to commit because like a million times I commit and like I forget to submit. But right? Is that right? Am I remembering that right?
Now, what do people think about this? So Harsh is about to earn his own credentials. Should we allow that?
Because it's Harsha or in general?
That really complicates the question, I guess. In general, like what's from a philosophical perspective, should a course creator be able to earn their own credential?
Yes. Maybe.
The credential.
Now,
Ian, I missed that. What'd you say?
The course creator is the credential.
Course creator is the credential. That is something people should be able to earn. All right, but currently, as you can see, this is allowed, right? We have left this feature on, so Harsha did submit the assignment successfully.
and I'm going to approve it as well. I wonder if like I can misuse it in some way and like get into a project or something.
Well, what would be the bug is if like you create a course with a name and you create a course with another name,
yeah,
with the
right. Oh,
exact
but it's
same
the
name or
NF
something.
No, but it's the
Yeah,
NFT,
that would work.
the policy ID that matters. So I wonder.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I'd be a horrible black hat hacker.
Oh, how
That's
did
where I
you
would give
get
up
added?
to. I was like,
Did
that was
someone
my
add
idea.
Nori?
That's it. Say that again.
Did someone add Nori? How did Nori get added?
I just added submitted an assignment.
Oh, you just submit. Oh, this is. Oh, but it says teachers though, right? Two teachers. Oh, no, this is.
This is a pending review.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to check for Nori's. Is this progress? Yes, it is. But I'm going to refuse. Sorry. But this is brilliant. I'll accept it. Am I accepted? Oh, submit assessment. Okay.
Thank you.
That's
So
nice to be able to do multiple submissions at once.
That's another V1 to V2 improvement. So in V1, for anybody who's not familiar, you had to do each of these as a separate transaction, which starts to get pretty expensive. Now you can accept and or refuse a whole bunch of assignments at once in just one transaction.
So if I refuse, oh, I should have tried that. I wonder if I can refuse and then go back and change my mind.
Well, you refused Nori.
Yeah, so I can't because I already signed the transaction. Oh, maybe I can still change my mind. I don't know. Maybe I can still refuse myself. Wait, so So when I'm signing the transactions, I can only sign one assignment transaction at a time, is it?
No, it should have signed for all of those, but you're right. For some reason, it doesn't look like that's saved. That's another bug.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Transaction API error status code is.
So I think the error is in the database.
I think so too.
It's just the pending approver, but the transaction is submitted with both approvers or disapprovers.
And Harsha, can you do me one favor? Can you refresh this page and see if it's just a UX thing? No, that still says pending approval. Okay. So now Adrian just raised a really important point. Can I do a quick screen share here?
Yes, 1 second. Let me stop. How do I stop? Oh.
So like Adrian said, we can see these transactions on chain. And there's a tool here called Andamio Scan. It's just a Andamio chain explorer for this layer 2 solution. So this is not all Cardano transactions. It's just Cardano transactions related to Andamio Scan. But I see just a few minutes ago, there was this assess assignments transaction. Let's look at the results of it. In this transaction, oh, it says, right, we have the teacher, G0 test, but it did only get the refusal for Nori, at least here. So now this raises the question whether the bug is an Andamio scan or if it didn't register on chain.
I think it is an Andamio scan because the error was Atlas, and if I'm right, I do not use Andamio scan to build the transaction, so I query it myself with Maestro.
Right, and Marsha got that error when he tried to accept the assignment again, which means it probably did go through on the chain. Okay, so the reason we're not seeing that update, and this is just a good little preview of how these systems work together. Andamio Scan is a wrapper for the Andamio indexer. Okay, and anybody who's been working on Cardano development for a little while, you know that we use an indexer to provide fast lookup to relevant transactions, right? So we know that we want to index transactions like this one. We want to return results like this, but we're not quite delivering the right result. This assignment assessment transaction should show Nori was refused and G0 test was accepted. And that's why the UX is lagging behind, because the UX also relies on this data right here. So we'll investigate that bug. Thanks for surfacing that one. And I think the bug has to do with how we're tagging transactions that have two different decisions at once. Noted.
Should I jump back to sharing? Because, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We could also have Nori show, because he was successfully refused. We could look at what Nori as a learner sees when he is refused.
Yes.
I already resubmitted.
Oh, nice.
But it nicely showed that I was refused. It showed my original submission and gave a new text box to type in my new evidence, but I could still see the old stuff. And then the button changed to resubmit rather than submit. So it was very clear what you do next.
Makes sense. Let me see now. So I'm back to this one. Maybe I'll have to refresh to see Nori's new sub. Oh, I've got a bunch of new students. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. Should I accept all, or I'll try to do
Yeah.
random things?
Well, can you try making the same decision for each one? Because this will help us
Same
dive.
decision? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Submit 4. I'm signing this.
This one's going to fail because of yours.
Oh, because of this. Okay. Let me
or that
start.
one.
How do I? Should I clear this?
Clear.
Like, okay. No. This is. Why is? Oh, so okay.
I like
Sure.
this.
Clear this. Okay. Now I'll try again. Okay. Now it's letting me sign. Okay. Cool.
And the question here is, we'd like to confirm that as long as the decision is the same, Andamio Scan is working. Let's find out.
If this was a movie, there'd be like dramatic rising music right now.
We should add that.
Roberto's on it. He's got the sound for these videos.
Aomi's here. Aomi's known for putting in sound effects.
Oh
I
my
think
God!
Lewis
Yeah.
has put in. Lewis has jumped in on it too. It's great. Wow, wow, wow.
That's always been my favorite thing about MinSwap is when you make a trade, there's like somebody's voice doing like the sound of a car engine, and they just turned it into a sound effect.
Like broom broom, like kind of thing.
If you've never used it, it's worth it just to do a minimal transaction there so you can hear the sound effect.
That's pretty cool.
All right, I have good news on this end, and we'll wait for it to confirm on Harsh's screen to confirm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
And here, can I share screen for one more moment?
Yes. 1 second.
So this time, here's the next assignment assessment transaction. This one shows all 3 being accepted. So I think we have a bug in Andamio Scan when a teacher tries to make both decisions for 2 different assignments in the same one, but we'll make sure to get that fixed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Get back to sharing. And now, okay. So is there something I can do? Is there a way to dump this? If they just don't want to see this anymore.
We'll have to fix. No, that's a bug. We'll have to fix that for you because
Okay.
our indexer is running behind.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, what's
So if I go to credentials, I think not credentials. Where's that? How do I go? Teachers? Maybe teachers. How do I go back to?
you're submitting, or you're like reviewing assignments, right?
Yeah. Open assessment view, I think. So I went to teachers. I'm trying to approve assignments. So I went to teachers. It says open assessment view and it says 1 pending review. I opened that and I was trying to see if I can delete this somehow, but I can't do anything about it at the moment.
That X next to the
X is like
there?
not approve the assignment. It's only
only
like approve or not approve. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I see all assignments here. Okay, cool. So I accepted all 3 of them. Cool. How do I go back? Just back button maybe. Okay. So how do I add more okay, I tried this, right? And nothing happened. Oh, now it's adding. Wow, did you guys make the correction already? That's crazy.
No, so what was happening there, this is a good bug for front-end designers. To make this app run efficiently, we're using a library called React Query, which caches API results.
Mm-hmm.
And in general, that's a really good thing, right? It means that you don't have to make an API call over and over again every time you load a page, but you can use the data that you already have. What happened in this case is that data went stale. You loaded the app,
Mm-hmm.
or Nori minted his access token. Then he minted the access token, but you had stale data in your browser cache.
But but the name of the, I mean, what if like Nori like minted his token like 5 days ago? Well, it wouldn't be in the most recent memory, right?
Well, then,
I should.
in that case, when you first loaded the app, it would have worked, right? And remember how a few minutes ago you refreshed the page just to see what would happen in the assignment view. When you refreshed the page, probably where the necessary cache was updated with the freshest data. And that's
I see.
now able to add Nori.
Okay.
So we'll just take a look at that. We'll figure out what needs to be invalidated there.
Okay, that's also added. Okay, I think I'll save the teacher changes. Okay, saved it. Oh, saving is basically like signing the transaction. Okay.
So in this case, now you have to pay 10 ADA for each additional teacher.
Yeah,
because you're using Andamio as an access control system, right? And to give these access token holders the ability to make these changes, that's one of the services that Andamio provides.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, 10 ADA seems pretty reasonable to add like people. I'm just waiting for this to confirm, and then and can you guys like send in more assignments? If anyone is doing this, can you send more assignments? So either Ian or Nori can like evaluate assignments and share their screen from what their perspective is. So I've done that, and I'm going to stop presenting. Ian has his hand up, by the way. I just noticed.
How long does a session take before it expires?
So when you create a sign-in session, that JWT is valid for 24 hours. That's a configurable setting. And what that JWT does in the user's browser is it allows them to navigate and to do anything off-chain. Now, it's possible with this model that somebody could log in, and in the 24 hours that they're logged in with that session, send their access token to a different wallet. If that were to happen, you would still be able to navigate and start drafting content, but you wouldn't be able to run any transactions successfully because you would no longer have the token in your wallet.
Okay. Wow.
If Nori or Ian, you guys want to share your screen and evaluate an assignment. Did someone send an assignment? Oh, because I accepted all assignments, right?
Yeah, we'll need somebody new. I can't submit another because it's.
Can I resubmit an assignment? I want to try that out. 1 second. Yeah, let me quickly try resubmitting an assignment and see what happens. I will go back to browse courses. I'll go to Intro to Pioneers. I'm still enrolled in there. Oh, pending review. Okay.
This is the one that you.
Right.
You can ask one of the other teachers to review your assignment.
Or can I update my assignment? What if I? Yeah, once it's on.
Oh, this one's going to behave strangely because the source of truth is the Cardano blockchain, but our app, as we noticed earlier, is lagging behind the blockchain because our indexer has a bug in it.
Got it.
You're going to get kind of funky UI right here. That's a little bit misleading, but we'll make that fix to Andamio Scan right away.
How did this course start showing up? Course demo.
Aha, where'd that come from? Let's see.
Okay. Course is private courses are hidden from. Okay, let's add teachers to a course.
Who are the teachers in this course?
Let's see.
Sharon.
Sharon.
I wonder who Sharon is.
Oh, we have an owner named Sharon, but they added you as a teacher to this course.
Oh, so this is how it shows up. Okay, if someone adds me, like this shows up in my thing. Okay. I see.
Welcome to my course. Harsha.
Yeah. I figured it was someone around.
But in this case, Harsha, as not the owner, will not have the ability to add more teachers to this course, right? That's the special privilege of the owner.
Oh, so I can update the course then, right?
You can update the course. You can
Oh,
assess student assignments once they start coming in, but you can't add and remove teachers.
I see. Okay. Makes sense. So assuming I update the course, I can add a teacher assignment. Okay. What if I leave it empty and try to mint something? But I didn't do anything. I can still mint it, is it? Okay.
Well, what's being minted?
I don't know. I just said mint and I wanted to click the button, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you shouldn't see the ready to mint probably there. If you click on the module, it'll just give you the option to disable it. So if you finish the course as a teacher and you're modifying my module and it's already been minted,
Oh, so I
end of
shouldn't.
that review, you just shouldn't see the ready to mint. You just should see something like save.
Correct.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'll return to draft. But this is already minted, right? That is why I don't need to see that, correct?
Exactly. And if
Oh,
you go to learning targets on that course demo,
learning targets. Okay, yeah.
Yes. If you go to the learning target, you can navigate on the sidebar on the left.
Side. Oh, these guys. Okay.
Yeah, there's like one called learning targets at the top. Yeah, cannot be modified. You can see those things. That's the only part that you can change.
Oh, I see. Okay. Makes sense. Let me send a quick if someone wants to do a quick assignment for this course and send it, I will evaluate it as like a extra teacher that was added. I feel like that flow would be kind of similar to the teacher's flow in general. New assignment history. Yeah, I think that flow would be pretty straightforward. Yeah, this makes sense to me. Anything else I need to demo, or should we jump to the next step? I'll leave that for someone else to demo.
And that's perfect. And we're just go ahead, Roberto.
No, I just wanted you to click on the credentials page.
Credentials page, yes.
No. On the left side, on the nav bar. There you go. You don't have any credentials. Never mind. We did a few improvements with the feedback that you shared last time.
So I'll do one thing. I will do the demo course and send myself a credential. Where's the demo course?
I need to make it public. You can actually make it public.
Oh, so I can see it without it being public.
Yes. Sorry for. What's the word?
I mean, yeah, I feel like there should be like a search thing because there are so many here.
Absolutely. Yep. That's good feedback. But I also recognize that we are at time right now, and we want to keep these meetings. That went really fast. I can't believe it's
Yep.
90 minutes. But let's just to close out today. That was actually a perfect amount of progress. Nori, thanks for doing the demo. Harsha, thanks for doing the demo. Let me pull the agenda back up just to show how this work fits and what's coming up. Then we'll do one more quick assessment and close out. So here's today's agenda once again. And what do? We introduced the first learning target. We talked a bit about learning target number 2, minting the access token and troubleshooting it. Harsha guided us through building a course. And this means that next week we'll look at launching a project and creating an API key. And you can see this down below. Next meeting, we'll start by reviewing feedback, just like we did this week. Then we'll continue with live demos. It says if needed, because I wasn't sure how far we'd get today. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense that we got about halfway through this module. There's a lot to look at here. And this is the perfect agenda for next week, is to look at these two. And then if there's time, we'll start exploring this question of, hey, how can I get into having some agents help me build on top of Andamio? And that question is going to take us into the next couple of weeks. Any questions about what's coming up next? All right, so you have access to Preprod. If you need any help with that, be sure to reach out on Discord. But of course, giving feedback is what this is all about. So Roberto and I know we've been taking notes throughout this session, but if there's any other questions you have, things you're noticing, I see a new issue just showed up today. Cohort 1, meeting 1. Here's a question from Nori. Well, it's actually UX feedback. This is great. So this is a great example of the kind of feedback that people can give. Keep those coming. We already assessed that one, right? And we've got a scale right here that shows that we're making progress. Still, some people might need help, but we'll review this again. Just to close out today, let's assess ourselves on the first few learning targets of Module 102. So I'll spend about 30 seconds on each of these. You can open up this website one more time. Maybe you still have it open. And quick assessment. Don't think too hard. Just pick the first number that comes to mind. When it comes to understanding the changes from V1 to V2, are you completely lost? You getting it? You're somewhere in between. Take just another few moments there. Nice. You see this learning target is a little bit more difficult than the last one. So we're going to see a slightly lower average. We got 2 2s and 3 4s so far. Here comes the next learning target. What about minting an access token? How you doing on this one? And it should have just changed on your screen as well if you're already here. So this should be pretty quick. I know we've got more than 3 people here, though. There we go. There's 4 at least. Okay, so that one's starting to make sense. There might still be some questions there. If you do have questions about any learning target, that's a great thing to create an issue about, and we'll make sure to cover it next week. And last thing, let's do one more learning target. How about building a course? You just saw Harsha demonstrate this for the first time. But I would assume some people might still have some questions. Maybe there's still some things you're learning. All right, that's an exciting spread right there. So this is the pattern we're going to keep following over the next few weeks. There's some learning targets to work on. Everybody's invited to give a demo or to lead us through. and we'll keep assessing ourselves to see how we're doing along the way. And the goal is, over these next few weeks, to help everybody feel like they're at level 4 or 5 on each of the learning targets in this course. Any questions about course structure and what to expect over the next few weeks? All right. Well, thanks, everybody. That was just about the fastest 90 minutes I've experienced in a long time. I appreciate y'all jumping into that. I know we could keep going, but I know that when we honor the time like this, it makes it easier to come back next week. So we're going to call it a day for today. We're going to post this recording on YouTube so you can follow up. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of issues people log, or in the Andamio Network Discord, what questions you have. Any questions before we break? All right.
No.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for joining this session. We'll see you this week. We're going to be meeting every Tuesday in March and April at 1700 UTC. Bring a friend if there's anybody you know who might be interested in this. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to catch up and stop by sometime. Thanks, y'all. Take care.
All right. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.